we're on 3, right?
No, we're not on 3.
Considering 3?
Hi, are we recording? Hi, my name is Tommy, and I am not DM. However, I can't explain what we went through last time we were here together. We went down tunnel number 1, there was a bunch of bats, and we're like, hell no. And so we went down tunnel number 2, there was a butthole rat that you stabbed a lot. And there were slimes that got all over my nice clothes. And then we beat that, we're like shit on everything, and then we went back down tunnel number 3, then we found raw lyrium, we're like, what the fuck? And then we found a purpose for that brown little jar bottle thing, and it went thoop, and it went right inside, and we're like, damn, I'm glad I didn't have to burn my cloak trying to carry you. And now we're back in the atrium thing, I hope. And now we have number 1 and number 4. One is P, and one is probably something horrible because it's 4.
And 1 was the one with the bats, right?
That was number 1.
So we're not going to do number 1.
We'll probably have to do both of them because our job is to clear out this stupid shithole because we want our money. I'm also starting to like Rys less and less with time because
but she's so pretty.
Why didn't she just do some fucking work?
She's probably spread thin as our most...
Both times that we have seen her, she is sitting behind a desk.
She has to write reports.
I have not seen her write anything except the notes from my job that I did with you.
She
does nothing but let other people work.
She tells City Council how much more money the already bloated budget is. I'm sorry, we're talking about something else. Oh, God! Okay. Because they need a tank. They want a tank really bad.
We have a Hulk. Which tunnel do you want to go down? The scary bat one where the bat stared at us a lot? Or mystery door number 4?
Red pill. 4. I must have the curiosities.
Wow, I have not seen this move in a long time.
That's when I'm like really excited.
So, DM,
my parents call it flapping, and they tell me, can you not flap? Why not?
We choose number 4.
Hello, listeners. We're 2 minutes and 19 seconds into the episode.
I rolled a d20 on your 20. It was 20.
And this is the first time I've spoken.
Spoken!
And I kind of enjoy that because, talking is not really my forte.
Yeah, that's
Mimic Trevor right now. Do your Trevor voice.
So,
and
monologues.
And talking's not really my forte. So, you guys seriously want to go down tunnel number 4?
Yeah.
Are you stupid?
No. Though my self-esteem just decreased a bit.
It's like I have to like force my like natural range to go down that low. It's not like my natural speaking voice, so it seems forced. What a majestic, velvety voice that man has.
Yeah, we should forward him this episode and only this episode.
He opens his email like, oh, what the hell is this?
He recorded my voicemail once. It was really great. Because he was being Saruman.
So welcome to episode, and my party wants to go down tunnel number 4.
4.
And everything was very accurately described earlier.
Thank you.
I was especially fond of the butthole rat part.
That's how you described it last week or
my
so.
Clothes got
whatever the
dirty.
last time we saw each other.
Yeah.
My clothes are already dirty.
Yeah. And then the flapping bit. Yeah, it's good. So you go down to tunnel number 4.
I sneak.
Ooh, that's a good move.
Terrific.
I don't knocks my light.
Go ahead and give you that d20. That is a fantastic roll.
It is 16.
Plus 6.
I believe your dex is still 5, right?
Plus 11.
Okay. So, what would you care to do?
I want to make my way down like I don't have a care in the world. Though I am concerned, especially since I feel like I'm alone because certain little frog friend isn't there, and they didn't tell me that they were going to sneak.
Oh, that's right.
This is going to be an ongoing issue. I already know.
I am so sorry.
Glorp is nowhere to be found, and you
should know by now that's what he's doing, though, I think.
I can imagine that that's what you're doing, but I'm still feeling a little iffy about suddenly being alone in a butthole dungeon.
Aren't you a lapid? Can't you hear him?
Logic!
This is video game logic.
I wish I had, like, auras, positive auras to waft to you, but it would probably just be a fart.
The moment you said waft, I was
him.
like, this is going to turn into a fart.
You are going to fart to comfort me?
Yes, I am. That you'll know I'm still there even though you can't see me with a 15. Ooh, that's a wet one.
Constitution check? 6?
That's how I show my cat. That's how I show my cat. I'm not using his voice because he can't talk because he's not.
Okay,
my wife is broken over there.
Forces out a snuck fart.
Usually it's what she does to me, not this way.
Which reveals Glorp to you as you literally follow your nose like Toucan fucking Sam.
Oh my god.
Wherever it goes.
And the stench is impressive and offensive coming from such a small creature.
Yes.
Did it unsneak me?
It absolutely.
Oh no.
Because the sound and the stench, you're definitely like down there like yeah, he's looking at me. Like
So
you see Glorp a few feet away from you.
I need to work on warning you before I snake, and I'm sorry.
No kidding.
I was just trying to give you something to remember me by.
I'd rather get nothing.
Oh, okay.
So after all of this, you've made about 10 feet of progress.
Can I sneak again?
Yes, absolutely.
Remember that one time we had a session where literally we spent an hour in a fucking shop?
Oh, that happens routinely.
Huh.
Where was...
Or no, it was like 30 minutes that we talked about
terrible.
pants. That we talked about shopping for pants.
Shopping for pants, yes. Dude, that was...
7 plus 6.
Much worse of a roll, but you have an opportunity to spot Glorp.
I don't want to.
I know, but like you'd be aware of where Glorp is, even though Glorp is sneaking to others. So there is an advantage to this.
There is, like...
16 then. You said advantage.
I did say advantage.
Be careful of your wording.
Yes,
I play 5e too.
Yeah. I did say advantage. So I said it would give you an advantage, like contextually, it would give you an advantage knowing where Glorp is, but not others. So Glorp rolled low enough to where I know you don't have much cunning, you can actually spot Glorp.
I can see and smell you.
What's your... actually, I don't think
Right.
you could. What was your cunning?
0.
Okay.
I can smell you.
Well, Glorp got an 18, so unfortunately you can't...
I say it anyway. I can see you.
I just charge forward.
Okay.
I see you retreating back the way we came.
No, I'm not. I am not a coward. I am not a number.
You are.
I'm a free man.
Both of you give me d20s.
The DM rolled a 7.
Yeah.
12.
Very regular 7.
We had a discussion earlier about that's most likely.
What was your cunning?
11. 3.
I was going to say 11 cunning.
I'm not cheating!
I'm just forgetful.
Even though you kind of like rushed forward for a bit, you hear a sound behind, directly behind you, like 180 degrees, of like a flapping, rustling noise. And it's very soft and doesn't last very long, but you caught it just very briefly.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm not stuck, I would like to tell...
Me?
I don't know why Prince Charles was going to come out of my mouth as referring to you, but you...
I'm Charles.
Sorry. That's not very polite of me.
I'm Charles.
My character's name is
I forgot.
Charles.
I'm blanking on your name, though. What the hell?
Oh my god, it's probably something like Puck.
This happens.
It begins with an uncommon letter.
It's not Aloysius von Fortescue. Like,
No.
I can remember that.
You can remember that one because it's absurd.
Quinn.
There you go.
Dr. Quinn. Medicine woman. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I warned Quinn about the sound that I heard.
Sure.
I don't think I'm... It's not...
You can give me another d20 because of that.
There's...
11.
Rustling and flapping.
Okay.
Flapping,
You're still
rustling.
unaware of the sound that Glorp is talking about, but you get a distinct impression that you are probably either less safe or being watched.
Well, that's ridiculous. I'm perfectly hidden in my lights. I'm aware of the fact that I'm likely not safe anywhere down here. So I stroll forward knowing that it's my job to, like, peer through the darkness using the light of Carbuncle to guide me. And I point my spiritual sword forward and go, "Hitherto, you fuck!"
Are you talking to me?
Anything that I feel like is watching me.
Oh, alright.
I imagine some sort of creature or mob is down here.
I nodded approval.
Maybe some, like, I don't know, barbarian goblins that are gonna try to rob me. It's happened before.
Butthole goblins.
Exactly.
It is legitimately extremely silent.
Is there slime?
Your remark.
I continue,
There's still some slime.
I continue walking forward then.
Does it smell like poop?
Absolutely. You continue walking forward. You're now.
They're not paying us enough for this shit.
That's why we're going to persuade them to give us more.
You are now much further along down the path.
What you are.
You've made it easily 50, 60 feet. Very dark. There's like no lights at the end of the tunnel. Oh, sad.
That means it's a bad tunnel.
It might be a bad tunnel. But I'm going to need a d20 from both of you.
14.
That's a 14. Wait,
Plus,
Crazy odds.
plus 8, because that's my highest stat.
Ooh.
22.
Ooh.
What?
Glorp, how far ahead were you from Quinn?
I didn't want to stay that far ahead of him enough.
Okay. Were
That
you
where
just like
his
in the
long
light
legs
then?
weren't gonna
Gotcha.
like
Gotcha.
kick me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not that you would.
Glorp, you witness a sudden end to this tunnel,
There's a sudden end to this tunnel.
and it's not smooth like it was intentional or intentionally designed this way, but it's rubbly.
It's been exploded.
Perhaps. But there's definitely large rubble blocking the way forward. You don't know if it's just rubble blocking progress or if literally the progress can't be made because there is no tunnel past the rubble. Tunnel past the rubble. Tunnel past the rubble.
If only we had explosives. You know, like in Legend of Zelda, when you had the bombs.
Ba-bum. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, bum.
Bum, ba bum, bum, bum.
I like when I like when the
Booty explodes.
yes. I like when the bomb explodes.
I don't think I have anything that can help with this situation.
Have I arrived?
Oh yeah.
I arrive at the rough wall and I'm just like, huh. And I try to zap it because I realize I don't have mental prowess yet. So I try to zap the wall.
You're gonna get that next, right?
A brilliant white light erupts from your wand and strikes the rubble, illuminating the end of the path for just a brief moment, causing absolutely no harm to the rubble for the most part. Like you singe a boulder, but in that moment of bright light, give me a d20, both of you.
17, sir.
That's great. This is gonna be a perception check.
11, sir.
Do either of you have awareness by chance?
No, I
I
wish.
don't think, but you have cunning.
I have cunning 3.
3, so that's 14. So your 17 actually beats it.
What
Let's
is
say you're very focused on what you're doing, that at the end of the tunnel lights up and you can see more detail around all the rocks, and you catch just like the faintest glint of non-stone material off to the right in the corner.
What color?
Like off to the right in the corner bottom.
It's actually on the rubble, but it's nestled between
Oh.
rocks. And I'm actually gonna say it actually makes more sense that you spot it and not Glorf because you're so short.
Shorty. Is it like fleshy material or
It was a glinting.
glinting? And the stone didn't react when I zapped it, which tells me it may not be a mimic. Interesting.
It's actual boulder, and it you know, if you heat up a rock, that's how it reacted.
I get a closer look.
At the rock, like the rubble, or the glinting where you saw it?
The glinting part.
Okay, give me a d20 for like investigation.
Show me 20.
Show me the beast.
He nailed it.
I think that's the first time I've ever done that.
Like called it out, yeah. So you catch this little glint as the end of the tunnel lights up from your holy zap, and it immediately catches your eyes. You don't know what color it is, but then you bring your light to it, and even Elias kind of like follows your illumination, and you just look directly at it, and you see it's like this nestled little like I want to say like an emblem, or like a you see like the tip of like a medallion, but there's no cord attached to it. It's just the emblem itself. You can't make out exactly what it is right now, but you look directly at it, and it's like a really like faded, like it's seen better days, like made of like bronze.
I want to pick it up.
Careful.
May I pick it up?
Yes, you may. You reach out.
Actually, I should say I touch it tentatively because you said it glinted like red, like it was hot with the zap.
I don't believe I said red, but
Okay.
it did glint.
Okay.
And you couldn't really identify what color it was because it was just like a sudden, like flash.
I touch it tentatively anyway.
You touch it tentatively with like a fingy.
To see if it's hot
You
or
go fingy,
you know,
and
curses
it's
me.
not hot. If anything, it's cold.
Sweet.
It's quite cool, Frodo.
It's quite cool, fool. I pick it up.
You pick it up, and it's kind of nestled between rocks, like a rock like fell on or something. So you have to kind of like wedge it out.
I was gonna say, Glorp, help me.
Oh, with my deft hands.
No, with your tongue.
Actually, the deft hands.
Okay.
Nice.
Lubricate it.
You kind of like jostle it out from between the rocks, and you look at it, and
I do want to lick it. Can I lick it?
You can lick it clean, yeah. Thanks.
Okay. I just know what to lick it to taste.
No, lick it clean, please. Have a purpose. I'm an asshole, remember? Sorry.
Yeah.
Not me, Tommy.
No, never.
Give me a very easy,
So convincing.
a very easy D20 check.
You got it, buddy.
I do want to lick it.
Show me 1!
I used to lick
7.
it.
Oh, dude, I thought
that was a
for second.
1.
Oh my god.
Like, can I predict these dice?
Yeah. So 7 is actually that's really all you needed. I was looking for just nothing less than 5, basically. At first, you're just confused as to what you're holding, but then you orient it correctly. You're like, oh, this looks like Rama's staff. It's an icon of Rama's staff.
Well, if only we had a person that had a weapon that came from a temple of Rama that we could apply this medallion to.
I mean, we do, but are they physically
They're dead.
Come on.
To you.
God. He's dead, Jim.
Damn it, Jim, he's dead.
You recognize the staff as being similar.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like very dirty metal. It's bronze. You're able to identify it as bronze from the taste.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, because you're so adept at tasting and eating different things that you've. I'm gonna say just Gripply in general have a better tongue than most. You're able to identify more because you have such big tongues. You have more flavor palettes.
That's cool.
You can more easily assess materials with your tongue.
Just don't do anything poisonous.
No demons.
No. So yeah, it's definitely bronze. It's scratched up. It's faded. You don't know if it's just seen wear or if it's just been like weathered on, or if someone tried to damage it. It's just kind of messed up looking.
Right.
Rough edges. Are you texting me?
No, I'm telling my other D&D group how insane my 20 was.
Oh, okay.
But I'm here.
Cool.
Okay. An emblem of something that is like... So to clarify, is it a picture of Rama's staff, or is it just...
Like the bronze itself is molded to be Rama's staff. Like it's like an emblem. It's not like a picture or a drawing or like a sticker to slap on there.
I was imagining the spherical thing with like a picture on it.
No, definitely not spherical picture.
Okay.
It's like, imagine... Okay, so yeah, you know like the coin from like Never Ending Story. That's a perfect example.
I've never seen it, but go on.
God damn it. So like it's like a coin like 2D or whatever, like flat shape, and it even has like a similar like color, although I think the one in Never Ending Story is probably gold, but this is a like muted bronze color, and it had like interwoven like serpents, I believe is what the emblem was in that movie. But instead of serpents, it's
I see it.
The staff.
Okay, I see it. I try to do a magical sense on it, please.
Okay.
That is a 17 total.
17. You are familiar with a dormant energy lying from within it. You believe that the energy has not been tapped into in a very long time, but you are unable to identify what type of energy it is or what it does. But you do know it was magical. Well, I guess I should say it's still magical, but you don't know when it was last used, but it has been a while.
I kindly but also selfishly put it on my friend Glorb.
Like as a hat, like you just place it on Glorb's head?
Yes.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
How does it look? Does it even fit my head?
A bit like a yarmulke.
Tiny.
A bronze yarmulke that's weighted weirdly.
Do you feel any different?
No.
Wonderful.
I feel silly.
I take it off his head and I put it into my bag.
Okay. I don't think I want that.
I believe it may apply to some sort of, like, other thing. Like, I don't know, maybe an augmentation to a weapon or something. Who knows?
Right.
Now help me push these boulders, please.
Me and my 0 strength. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
I attempt to. I'm dexterous. Help him with boulders.
3, 2, 1. That's a fitting roll.
I rolled a 9.
Together, we're at 11.
Our powers combined.
You have no real progress with any of the larger boulders, but with your powers combined, you have successfully budged a medium-sized boulder off to the side, and it rolls down, almost crushing Glorp, and kind of rolls off to the side. And you notice that after you move that, the hole it created, there's more rock behind it.
Okay. 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 So
This is gonna take a while.
I think we should just let Rys know that this is here, that we could not get past because we don't have any explosive abilities.
It's caved in. FYI, not my problem.
But you know it is your problem.
Ooh, give me a d20, both of you.
Tunnel number 1.
Right.
6.
8.
Okay.
With the knowledge that I felt like something was watching me on my way here, I let Glorb know. I actually whispered to Glorb.
I say the same.
While we were walking down, I did feel as if eyes were on the back of my head.
Oh, alright, well, I didn't quite feel like that, but I heard things and just... I would agree.
So on our way back, we ought to
rustling.
perhaps be a bit more observant to see if something may be lurking in the light shadows.
Okay, I'm gonna actually attempt to sneak, which I say out loud, so you can hear me.
Got it. I'll close my eyes so it's more successful.
14.
Sorry, I blinked.
Plus 6. I tried to
14 plus
sneak.
6. You good? You have successfully snuck and announced that you were sneaking.
I make my way down at half pace.
Okay, very specific. I like it.
Me too.
What?
What's going on, bud?
No. Sorry, I actually thought that was a potentially serious message, but it was not.
Oh.
It was a silly message from the wifey. Anyway.
Is she okay?
Yeah, no, everything's totally fine. Trust me. You make your way down half pace.
There's a bloody knife in the sink. Sorry, catch up. Lexi, what the hell?
False alarm.
She was too.
False alarm. Oh, sorry, catch up.
It's my murder mystery pocket, honey.
Oh, Jesus.
Daddy. My murder mystery
Daddy.
party, Daddy.
Daddy.
Oh dear God, we're dead.
This is actually an interesting sequence of rolls. You make it back to the middle.
The atrium.
The atrium, yes. The atrium. Where you are facing, as you exit tunnel number 4, directly down tunnel number 1. But of course it's dark, but you know what's down there.
But do I?
Well, not all of it.
Flappy things.
Not knowing what or where, not knowing what Glorp is, not knowing where Glorp is, I would like to proceed straight into tunnel number 1, trying not to be too freaked out by the inevitable eyes of the bats that are going to be staring down at me.
Me too. I want to be in front of him, though. So if I happen to sense anything, I can try to backstab the shit out of it. Here comes Peter. Up and down the bunny trail.
You make your way to the same spot that you were in last time, where it was feeling too ominous for you to continue, with the bats directly above your head. They're doing the same thing. They're slightly larger bats, leering at you with wide open eyes, and they're not really reacting as much as you would think that normal bats would to the bright light that you present in this tunnel.
It's still weird.
Let's just pretend they're not there. Maybe they won't hurt us. I'm not saying that out loud, I'm just saying that mentally.
Right. Mentally. It's okay to have thoughts outside character. Totally fine.
I'm so tempted to zap them,
No. I think that's a bad move.
but I don't hear your opposition because you're snucked.
It would be in character for you to do that because I don't think that you've been through many stinky rat, butthole rat, bat infested places in your life.
That is true that, Quinn would be pissed off right now because he's dirty and smelly and he hates being down here, but also he hates money being withheld from him due to I was smelly because the slimes all pooped me up and whatever.
Right. I don't think you would do something dumb, though. Or rash like that.
Perhaps not.
So you at least seem to be an analytical sort of thinker.
You know, on second thought, what he would probably do is put his head down to avoid their gaze and just push forward. Sort of like when you're driving and somebody has their brights on and you're taught to look at the bottom right of the road.
God.
Kind of like that, where it's like they're up top, so I'm looking at the bottom horizon of the light and the tunnel. That's where I'm looking right now.
Sense, yeah.
The worst. I hate that shit.
And you're staying in front of Quinn, anticipating Quinn's pace, basically. Okay. You make it past the smattering of bats on the top of the tunnel, or the ceiling of the tunnel, whatever. They're now about 20 feet behind you, You feel the eyes still on the back of your heads, like they're just watching you the whole time. But still no reaction. You can barely see in the dark that you're starting to come to like an end room, but you can't quite make out what's in the room yet. But it is a similarly sized room as the butthole of that room.
We did rest, so our HP and MB should be at full.
I believe everything's full except you're missing like 1 HP. Or actually, I think I gave it to you. Yeah, you guys are full.
Mine shows us full.
Yeah.
And my MP is
Pretty
down just
exciting.
for my sword and
Right.
Elias. Okay. I'm going to actually make the smart decision and let you scout ahead and stay by the entrance.
Glorp,
like
you...
where we came in?
Like where the tunnel ends and kind of opens up.
Okay.
I'm staying at the point where it opens up.
Okay.
Quinn, you hear Quinn stop walking.
Okay. Would I know what he's doing? Probably. Okay, I keep going. Just a little, like, creeping.
You get to the edge of Quinn's light, using it to your full advantage
Oh, right.
just before you step into the darkness.
Can I see?
You have trouble seeing in the dark.
Oh, I don't know how well this is going to work then.
But you do make it far enough to where you do notice that there are it looks like furniture in this room. But you can't make out exactly what it is because it's dark. You don't feel immediately threatened, but you're also filled with intrigue as to what the hell this room is.
Okay.
Can't really give you more information than that without any other direction, because you just walked forward past the light, and that's what you see.
Can I tell how deep it is?
How far the far wall is from you?
Like, is this where it ends? Can I tell?
You can tell that. You can tell that there are no more tunnels leaving this room or continuing on.
I'm gonna go
This is an end room at the end of the cell.
back to where he's at. Unsneak myself.
Okay, you step back in the light, unsneak yourself.
So I think it's just a room full of some sort of furniture. I think it's fine.
Furniture.
I can't tell. I can't see for shit.
So Batman lives down here.
Perhaps. Who would explain all the bats?
I stand up.
Who?
I stand up straight and actually cast my light to ascend to like the general middle upper area of the room to illuminate down as much as I can.
You got it, yeah. You basically make a light for the room. And it illuminates basically everything with the exception of a corner or two. And Glorp is correct. There's furniture. It looks like there is a very... probably cot would be the best word. Like someone was definitely like residing here from time to time. And it looks extremely disheveled and very dirty. At first glance, you can't quite make out if it's been like recently used or not. But it's disheveled. It's dirty. Like the blankets, rags are still there. There is a clothing or armor rack against the right-hand wall that is empty. There is a large chest against the far wall next to the bed. The chest also looks worn as well as large, but it's closed. And there's just seems to be like scraps of like rags or even like matted like furs.
Is this where they were living, you think? Or maybe the big rats were living?
Well, there's a cot, which I don't believe that rats sleep on cots.
I mean...
Also, you said furniture, which I don't believe a butthole rat would use furniture.
No, son.
When you mean furniture, do you mean like a couch? Like a chill coffee table where you
Oh,
sip your tea?
I actually forgot about there is there's a large desk on the
rats
same
don't
wall
use desks.
as the same on the same wall as like the rack was, and it's basically like the closest piece of furniture to you guys. It's on the right hand side closest to you.
What's on the desk?
The desk is vacant.
I check any drawers within the desk.
What'd you find?
You check drawers. There are actually go ahead and give me a d20. Yeah.
Damn, help me!
I check the drawers for shinies and other less exciting shit. What is that? A 4.
Super. You check all the drawers.
I'm dexterous though.
Yes, you are. You check all the drawers, and everything seems to be empty. And there's signs of like it's like a hurried nature about it. Like some of the drawers weren't pushed in all the way. It's kind of hinting that there was stuff here at one point, but it's no longer here, and
it was cleared abruptly.
It was cleared abruptly, as if like a SWAT team was searching for items, and then they just didn't find anything of interest and left.
Jenny, your character. If my character was suddenly to just bolt suddenly, would you follow?
Yes, but I'd sneak.
Quick, grab on to me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I sprint as quickly as I can back towards the atrium and back to the ladder at the bottom of the well.
Okay.
Why?
Quinn's character begins bolting.
I'm attached, hopefully.
I hope so.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, I definitely attach myself then.
Okay. You attach yourself. There's like a little, like, all right, we're going motion. So you like brace yourself, and Quinn takes off, and the two of you are back at the ladder in the beginning of the abandoned well at the bottom.
Is there anyone there?
Ooh.
Or is there any hint as to someone else having been here besides us?
Give me a d20.
Like
both
super
of you.
recently?
Yes.
Oh, creepy.
Because it could have been they really left recently, and that's who was staring at us down at tunnel number 4.
Well, shit, fuck. Excuse me, I rolled a 2.
13. Plus 8 magic.
I really appreciate the thought process,
Yeah,
but you
that's cool.
do not find any sign of another like humanoid or something like leaving in a hurry.
Well, what was that about?
I elaborate my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Based on the quickly vacated desk and its contents therefore missing, I thought perhaps he had seen us. Or she. I shouldn't really assume. And
You're
they had
fast.
they had vacated. Oh, I'm not quite fast. I'm actually quite slow for a bunny. You're just very small.
Thank you for letting me know and not leaving me.
Oh. I suppose that was a choice, wasn't it?
You think we should go back in that room, or...
Oh, yes. I just wanted to see if we could possibly catch the person.
Okay.
Because who lives down
Hopefully
here?
that didn't disturb the bats.
Actually, yeah, it's a fair we'd Did we disturb the bats? As we're running down the tunnel.
I'm actually gonna say, since you just sprinted past, I'm not gonna allow you to retcon to notice that or not until you go back.
Okay.
I just imagine the bats watching us like run beneath them, and then looking at each other like, "The fuck was that?" I keep my little bundled friend, and I walk back to tunnel number 1.
Still like glorp walk.
Light still lit, and like.
Are you okay with this
I'm
glorp?
subtly. I'm like. Very
It's cute.
slowly
He's learning to be a person.
trying to see if the bats are like in vampire mode or something.
The blats are staring into your light and looking at you hold glorp the exact same way that they were before.
I say aloud, can you speak?
Give me a d20.
I speak. The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
Huh? I have no D20. I have no D20s. 7.
Nothing happens.
Well, Jenny hears me try to talk to the bats.
Who?
Glorp hears me tries to talk to the bats. God, I hate that.
I was just being smart ass.
I know.
You?
You.
Who?
Who?
I'll never get over that.
Okay, so this
Ever.
is the thing that I was going to say before session, but now I'll say it during the recording. I realized something the other day, and she actually helped me remember. I finally broke my streak. I did not put a scythe in the last game.
A what?
I
It's
always put a scythe in every single campaign that I run, and for the last 2 Harry Potter games, I have not put a scythe.
That would be kind of weird to put in Harry Potter.
Oh, I could have found a way.
Yeah. A scythe.
You could have found like a gardening hoe in the labyrinth or something in the garden or something.
Interesting.
But I didn't, and I forgot. And that's too bad. I broke my scythe streak.
It could be like the scythe of death.
Well, there's already mirrors in my campaign, so we're good.
Yes.
On the ceiling. Shh, pink champagne eyes.
Alright. So they don't react to me speaking. So I'll say, that's fine, I don't really like talking either. But I don't believe you. And I make my way back towards
One of the
room.
bats just like shuffles randomly.
Don't get an attitude with me. And I walk right under it to get to the room.
You continue past them?
Yes.
Okay. You continue past to get into the room. Glorp, you are now in the room in Quinn's arms.
Thresholds.
You also notice that it's dark.
I return my light back to its part.
This is a very finicky technicality that happens, but when you left and sprinted away, you left the light behind you, and then
Oh, I thought it followed me.
when you cast it out
Uh-huh.
and like left it in the room, it wouldn't follow you because you sent it there.
Okay.
But of course, is again, I'm just being nitpicky because I think it's funny for the sake of being nitpicky. But yeah, when you got out of range, it like unsummoned. So the only light you had when you were at the ladder was Elias.
So do I have to go back and like retry my light to see if I can actually see anything now? I thought the light was with me the whole time.
It's okay. Like Elias is illuminating you like almost as well as both of your lights, and then you realize that there's no light in the room, and you're like, oh, and you like just instinctively set it back into the room.
Okay. Is there only one cot?
There's one cot.
I examine the cot, and then beyond that, I'm kind of lost for any sort of other clue. What do I find at the cot?
In the cot, there. You give me a d20. Go ahead.
Jenny, you're the one with cunning. Help me.
Oh.
Examine the cot with me.
I'll examine the cot. Rolling a 3.
You guys are like
Oh
garbage
my
Plus
god.
3.
You find nothing of interest.
Uh-huh.
It's
It's obviously just a bit.
the only thing that I want to give you, just because you have cunning, Glorp, is that when you're examining it with Quinn is useless in the search, and you're able to identify the fact that, along with it being so like messy and like the bedding wasn't like taken care of, and there's like rags and like some of the like dried up like poop sludge stuff that I described in the previous episode is kind of like smattered on it and stuff too. Very gross, but you do believe that this cot was recently used.
I do believe this cot was recently used.
Like
Is there
it doesn't look
anything
matted.
of
like,
interest in this room?
there was the
It's a matter of
cot.
opinion.
Yeah, it is. It's totally subjective. There's the cot, the chest, the empty weapon rack, and the recently discovered empty desk.
The only thing we have not examined is the empty weapon rack.
I'll examine the empty weapon rack.
And then I would look for any place in which I can somehow find a purpose for the Rama thing.
You examine the weapon rack. Give me a d20 for the weapon rack. Or weapon armor rack.
7.
I should really just start calling them racks in general, but
What am I gonna do with a gun rack? No, but then I'll ask you what kind of rack.
yeah, exactly.
Oops.
Your 7 plus cunning. You don't really find much out. Like it's a tall rack, so you know that there's potential for like larger pieces of clothing or armor or a long weapon to be hanging off of it. Like you've seen smaller racks in the past, but there's absolutely nothing on it. It's tall. It looks very sturdy, but that's about it.
Looks like it's been through some shit.
Can I see if there's any secret compartments?
So
With
there's no
of
compartments
secrets.
with just a rack. It's just like a solid wooden rack with no shelving.
That's a nice rack. Nothing.
I'm frustrated because I feel like there's something very obvious that we're missing. That's like easier for you to imagine because it's in your mind's eye that we're not thinking of. And I feel like the only variable that's here that I have not, that I feel like is still like wavering, is the stupid bats. But you tell me not to attack them, so I'm not going to attack them.
You could. I just don't think it's a wise idea. They're not hurting us. You could ask them, hey, what's up?
I tried to talk to them. I rolled a 7. You haven't talked to them.
I attempt to talk to the bats.
What do you say to the bats?
Hey, bats.
God.
It's an 11.
Hey, bats.
Batsu! What's going on, Batsu?
That was totally on accident.
You're turning
It was
red.
great.
So good.
Jeff's tomato.
What do you say to that? Hey, bats.
It's like an accidental roll.
It's even better that it was like a
I rolled
flustered
an
roll.
11.
You say hey bats, and absolutely nothing happens.
I pull out my dagger.
Okay.
I approach one of the bats. And I get really close to it. Don't poke it. Or really close to it. To see if it reacts to the sharpness of the blade.
Oh, okay. So, like, you hold it straight up because,
Yeah, right.
like the dagger would basically be, like, just within, like, reach of the bat. And you get, like, inches from its eye or something to see if it reacts. Okay, well, you do everything I just described. And the bat, like, when you bring the dagger, like, really close, it, like, shuffles back a couple inches. But it doesn't, like, react beyond that.
So you are aware of things around you. Interesting. Where did your master go?
Give me the 20.
18.
What language do you say this in?
I would in common.
You wouldn't call
Um,
I mean, there's not like a list of languages that you have.
Yeah, so not
but,
this one.
but so my question is ultimately, do you say it in common or like lapid tongue?
I wouldn't think to speak it in lapid tongue, honestly.
That's fine. Totally fine.
Because I see a bat and not like a bunny bat.
Yeah.
Unless there's some sort of like historical thing with where I'm from that I would think, oh, obviously bats are my friends, and I used to speak bunny to them.
No, absolutely not. That's not a thing.
Okay.
Okay, so you say specifically like, oh, so you do react. Where's your master, or who's your master? What'd you say?
Where'd your master go?
Oh, where'd your master go? All of the bats that you see in unison give you like a lower pitched and very short shriek. Like almost like a hiss.
That is so weird, dude.
May I...
It's like a...
I mean, this is a bit meta, but as a reaction to what they're doing, may I like take a step back and like curse in like bunny language, like the equivalent to like Jesus or like fuck in bunny?
You react naturally by taking a step back because it catches you off guard, and it's like it's like when in real life you're talking with like I don't know like an Italian speaker and they just lash out with some Italian curse word out of nowhere.
Bibbidi bobbidi.
Yeah,
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
So yeah, you take a step back and you go bibbidi bobbidi because it alarms you. Yeah, absolutely. That's not meta at all. You're fine.
Yes, but it's meta because you pointed out other languages.
I see. Yeah, that's fine.
So do the bats react to my other language?
I was personally just curious as to like if you would be saying it like in a different way, or if you would
I didn't
like.
think about that. Did I talk to them in common before? When I said hey bats.
So. Okay. Yes, I'm just gonna go with you. You were speaking in common. There's a reason why everything has happened, and I'm being vague on purpose.
I want to talk to them in Gripply.
In Gripply?
Believe it or not.
Okay. So to finish up what happened, you take a step back and swear. The hissing stopped because it was a short hiss or shriek noise. They maintain their motionless, non-reactive, large-eyed stare at you. And then you see Glorp come up. And Glorp, what would you like to do in Gripply?
Just say what's going on. Trying to figure it out.
You tell the bats what's going on. I'm trying to figure things out.
2.
You speak in Gripply, and it's Quinn. It's like alarming to your ears to hear this.
It's not like Taz.
It seems just such. It's like the Ethiopian like mouth clicking like language. It's just so a foreign of a thing that it like. You're just like, what? It just catches you off guard. The bats have absolutely no reaction to it whatsoever. And you even, like, maybe you haven't spoke in Gripply in a while, and it just comes out kind of garbled anyway.
I raised the Rama staff amulet emblem thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do they react to that?
Give me a d20.
Sometimes it's okay to say yes or no. 19.
One of the bats shuffles in place.
Are they not your master? I say that to
you
the
say,
bats.
are they not your master? I like the choice of they. Are they not your master? I don't think it's necessary to roll. They do not react.
Master.
No reaction.
Master!
Master!
Master of the pants!
Where did your master go?
That does not get a reaction the second time around. This is bothering you so much. I love it.
Glorp is already done and wants to just go back.
Quinn, you see
But
Glorp
Jenny
getting impatient.
is curious. Saw in conflict. I told you. It's on my show. Hope you've been wiping good. Okay.
You are right that these creatures have not been aggressive towards us. They do not appear to wish us harm. And by that extension, we should not attack them. However, I offer one of the rodent of unusual size tails and see if they react to food.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay, you just hold it up, like straight up, like get close to them. They stare at the tail. You notice that their gaze shifts from watching the two of you, and they just zoom in on the rat tail. But they do not react beyond that. They're just looking at like the offering.
I put it, or I rather tossed it on the floor, separate from me.
Okay. You notice them look at the movement of the tail and then look back at you.
Okay. I pick it back up. I put it back in my bag.
Okay.
And I say to them, well, it's been great talking to you. If there's anything else that we can do for you, it looks like you're alone down here. And we're about to go report to the guards that may come down and sweep the area, cleansing your home of any sort of hospitality. So either help us out, or your home is gone.
One of the bats shuffles in place.
Is it the same bat that's shuffling in place
No.
every time?
Every time I say one bat shuffles in place, it's always a different one. Or I guess the most accurate way, and maybe it's a little too much information, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just that one of them reacts.
Yeah. It's been great talking to you.
Yeah.
And then...
Just stay up there then. See if I can.
And then, as a final Hail Mary, I turn back towards the bedroom area at the end of hall number 1, and I shout into the room, and for anyone who's been listening into my insanity, fuck you! And I go back to the atrium.
Okay. You're now surrounded by the 4 different paths that we've been studying this session and last session.
Well, that was fun.
So where should we go?
Let's go report what we found, I suppose.
You got it. I'm tired of leading the way.
Alright. Go up the ladder.
You guys make your way back to the ladder. Glorp begins to ascend the ladder.
I try not to fart.
Glorp, you climb the ladder at a much slower pace. Unless you give me a d20 right now.
7.
What's your dex? 5?
Yes.
You're able to go up the ladder at a decent, non-annoying pace.
It's because you were on my shoulder or with me every time we've gone up and down this thing.
You are very small, so your paces would be
Oh well.
are much smaller. So just yeah. I just thought I would throw out that little detail because I enjoy
Thank you.
the fact that I don't think I've ever had a character this small in any of my campaigns before, and I'm having fun pointing out the differences. It entertains me.
I hit my forehead against one of the bars occasionally when he's going too slow.
You eventually, I'm kidding, just dragging this out. You get to the top where the wooden slats are. It is extremely early in the morning.
Let there be light. I need breakfast. Are you hungry?
I thought you wanted to report to Rys,
Alright.
your girlfriend,
I don't like
who
her.
doesn't do any fucking work.
I don't like humans. You were the one who liked her.
Yes, but I'm cranky now because those bats made a fool of me.
Alright, let's go do that real quick so we can eat.
Fine.
I'm hungry. Do I can eat?
You've been gone for a considerable amount of time since your last meeting with Rys.
Maybe they'll feed us. Oh, we have lots of money now. We can have lots of food.
And hopefully we'll have more soon.
You make your way to the barracks.
Oh, barracks.
Does the barracks say hi back?
It's the house from Encanto.
Jesus!
It's the same guard at the entrance to the barracks. The guard literally is head turned, staring at you guys the entire time that you're in within eyesight, because there's no one out at this time. Effectively no one out. So you see the guard's eyes on you as you approach the barracks from a distance. You get there, and the guard immediately just goes, "You can go in." He just remembers you, so he's just yeah, go for it.
Thanks, chap. Appreciate you. Straight up the stairs to the right, correct?
Yeah.
When you say, thanks, chap, I appreciate you, he says, that's nice.
Yeah, you should be appreciated. You have a hard job. Staying up all night. And what does Rys do for you? I swear. And I shut the door.
You see him have like a genuine moment of like thought and like reaction to what you said, and then you close the door.
I'll see him in a minute.
At this time, the lower level of, or the first level of barracks, whatever, you see like 2 guards like half asleep, very slowly changing their equipment. One has like
Morning
a
sunshine.
dehydrated like beef stick, and it's just like,
Sometimes that's what I have for breakfast.
and he's struggling.
Beef stick.
They need some hot brown morning potion or something. You know what I mean?
Excellent.
Oh.
Coffee.
No.
Coffee.
Weird.
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
I say good morning, chaps.
Or good night.
One of them doesn't even respond to a new voice down here, and it's just like mid-chew. And the other one that is changing his boots actually does look up at the new voice. He goes, huh?
He said good night.
Yeah.
God. I make my way up the stairs.
He's fucking out of it.
Me
Yeah.
too. Poor guys. They seem underworked and underpaid.
Yeah, underworked.
Overworked,
There you go.
underpaid.
I was like, underworked,
Sorry.
underpaid. Interesting. Alright, so you make your way up the stairs. The door to Rys's office is closed.
I knock.
There's no answer.
Rys.
No answer.
I open the door.
It's locked.
I cast Alohomora.
You can't.
I use my ring of lock picking, which I think he said doesn't work unless I have lock picking.
Did you?
You need to have tools to. So, what would you like to use to pick this lock?
My finger.
Oh my god.
My tiny little finger. I don't have anything else, I don't think, except for the ring. Shuriken.
What would you like to use?
My finger.
Okay. Your finger and maybe shuriken. Give me a d20.
4? I'm not rolling well tonight.
You
neither of us
fiddle
are.
with the lock, but you have enough skill due to the ring and your dexterity that you don't waste too much time trying to pick the lock, but you rather start and then you immediately know can't do it.
Well, this is really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Do you want to go get a bite to eat and come back?
Yeah, let's do things your way, because my way doesn't quite pan out well for us.
Well, what's that?
Talking to bats.
Oh.
Trying to flirt with a human girl when I really shouldn't.
The two of you, maybe the guards have an effect on you, but your short rest in the abandoned well did not pan out too well for your recovery of exhaustion.
Let's rest.
Why is my battery running low?
Are you plugged in? Nope. You're not fully plugged in the wall.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't want to lose the recording.
Uh-oh. That would be horrible.
I mean, is it charging? Sorry to have a grinding halt to this recording. Just want to make absolutely sure. Because
you can also plug in over here.
I definitely can. I just want to make sure that the percentage like goes up. Like, why is it not telling me that it's charging? Yeah, it says like it just went down. I don't get it. Did I? Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
No, you're not. Stop that.
Literally so stupid. I literally forgot to do like all of the plugging. Okay, we're back in business, guys.
Hey.
And none of that stopped the recording, so
That is my friend Jeffrey Flagel you're talking about.
Flagel.
And you are not stupid.
Flagel.
Thank you. I appreciate hearing that, sincerely. I was just panicking because I didn't want to have like a split like recording. I was like, oh god, that's gonna be annoying. But no, it's very clearly charging now, and it says plugged in, so we're good. You are standing outside of Rys's office. The door is obviously locked, and I brought up the fact that you have not had a full rest in a while.
Mm-hmm. What was the name?
You are teetering on exhaustion.
Let's rest.
Yeah, what was the name of the inn that we went to? There's the Silver Chalice, but there's also what was the not the underground, the lower quality one.
Never-ending Nights.
Never-ending Nights. Thank you. Do you want to sleep there or the Silver Chalice and be a bit more rich boys?
Let's go to the siege.
Silver Chalice, you got it.
No, let's go to the other one. Trying to save money for fancy shop tools.
So we can steal more good shit.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yes. Anyway, let's go.
Is this what normal civilians do? They just steal things that don't belong to them?
No.
You know, that's really annoying to royals.
Perhaps I value human life over property.
Why do you value human life over grippy life?
Oh, right, human. Yeah, gripply life. Anyway, let's go to the thing.
Are you secretly a human?
I'm a powerful magician. This is my disguise.
I make my way to the never-ending night.
I follow begrudgingly, tripping over my own feet because I'm fucking tired.
As you walk through the first floor of the barracks, one of the guards is asleep with a beef stick in his mouth, and the other one finished putting on his boots and is now straightening his straightening up his like armor and pants, and is doing like the quick once over, you know, like making sure everything's good and tight. And you guys walk past, and they don't say anything to you, but you just notice it in your periphery.
I pulled the beef stick out of his mouth.
Why would you do that?
You pulled the beef stick out of the sleeping guard's mouth, and literally it's like...
I offer to the waking one. I'm like, do you want it?
The guard actually laughs. But it's like a very subtle, like, he's just like... he's like, who are you, even?
Oh, Rys hired us. We're her favorites.
I thought Conic was her favorite.
Oh, the fucking dwarf?
Yes, the fucking...
Sorry, he insulted me first time we met, so I'm a little insulted just at the sound of his name.
That's not too far-fetched. But no, I would not care for my friend's beef stick. Thank you.
Right.
It's his ration. He'll have a nice breakfast when he wakes up.
Well, it's great talking to you, and I carry the beef stick outside with me.
He says, you guys should get some sleep.
Did you just lecture me about stealing and then steal his beef stick?
Nobody was eating it. It wasn't stealing if it wasn't being used.
It was in his mouth. He's being used.
Currently not being used as he was about to suffocate on it. I saved his life.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Is the guard outside still thinking over what I said about Rys?
Did you leave?
I said I went out the door.
Oh, okay, okay. You exit, and the guard that's at the door doesn't say anything.
You're thinking about it, aren't you?
Thinking about what?
About your ration that you're going to get at the end of your shift. This must be delicious.
I'm actually pretty full right now.
You confuse me, sir. I make my way to the
I ate before my shift.
I make my way to the never-ending night with my friend.
As you walk away, you do hear him utter like a beef.
Oh my god.
You make your way to the never-ending night. It is slower than what you've seen in the past, because one, it's extremely late at night or very early in the morning, however you want to word it, and there's no entertainment right now. People have basically stopped drinking. Most patrons are either passed out or asleep, or they've left back home.
I approach Pat, or whoever her replacement is at this current hour.
It's Pat.
Hi, Pat.
Hello,
we need
Pat.
a room. Like, urgently. This one's about to collapse.
Yeah, totally.
Pat. Patricia.
Just 2 gold.
I put 3 down.
That's how much it normally costs.
Wait, are there 2 beds in that room?
No.
Shit. 3 more gold.
You want another room?
Yes. We're not sleeping in the same room. Like, we're not bunkmates. I mean, we're not. I couldn't fit inside of that.
She literally looks at Glorp and goes, yeah.
I did want my own room, not that anyone
like
asked.
Glorp is tiny.
It doesn't even have to have a bed. I could sleep in a dresser drawer with a blanket.
I mean, that's
No,
what
I
was
insist. Privacy for you. You need all your gripply privacy with all your belching or whatever you do.
Yeah, I
Well,
wanted my own room. I just meant I didn't need to have a bed in there.
She takes the 6 gold and then just slides you a cup of sparkling water and lime.
Oh, you remembered. Such a treat. I appreciate you.
Glorp, what did you drink the last time you were out?
Oh, I don't know. Probably some sort of booze. I just have some water. Maybe a beef stick to go.
I hand you the beef stick.
I don't want that one.
I break off the spit-covered part.
Okay.
Pat actually recognizes the beef stick and goes,
You recognize the beef stick?
yeah.
It's a clue.
Like literally, you see her notice it, but she chooses not to say anything about it, and slides you a similar sparkling water with lime.
It's so weird.
Thank you.
She says water's boring, so at least have sparkling water.
Water is
with lime.
life.
It is.
And I don't feel like getting drunk until I've slept. Alright,
Understandable.
I'm going to bed. Here's your gold thing.
I already paid them.
Okay, here's gold for you.
She
Wait,
takes,
what?
Okay, when you say here's the gold for you, like, are you giving that to Pat or giving that to Quinn?
Quinn.
Okay. So you pay Quinn 3 gold pieces. Pat sees this exchange, raises an eyebrow, and then says, "Your rooms are upstairs. They should be the ones at the very end of the hall."
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Kindly.
And between you and me, I may have taken care of, we may have taken care of the wine thieves for good.
Don't tell her that. Maybe she's the thief.
That's exactly why I'm telling her. Meta out of game.
I was just saying, is
That's
this
why
whole conversation
no,
happening?
No, I'm telling Jenny this. That's why I'm telling Pat.
Okay, I need to know though. Did you say maybe you shouldn't say that?
No, but I do look at him like,
My beef stick is up here.
Glorp gives you a funny, very wide-eyed look as you ask Pat, or as you tell Pat, that the wine thief issue may have been resolved. Pat's expression changes entirely to like a very like low-key, just like service-oriented, happy, beautiful young lady, to a very like like hopeful, like, oh, like, really?
Really? I've been working closely to Rys and the guards. Believe we found their hideout, even found inventory. It's being processed through the guards right now. They'll probably take over here within the morning.
That is fantastic news.
I agree.
I know, free breakfast is what I'm
You
saying.
should have led with that. I wouldn't charge you for the rooms at all.
I still would have paid you.
She like literally looks like she's on cloud 9 right now. Thrilled. She's not like moving around a whole lot, like dancing with excitement, but you can tell she's genuinely happy.
She could also be happy because those were her lackeys that we killed. And she's just happy that all of the benefit now goes to her. She's not out of this yet.
True.
I want to go to bed.
Are you going to bed right away? Maybe you can stay and have another drink.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to go to bed because I'm hitting a point of exhaustion according to my DM.
Me too.
And
That's a shame.
up to my lonely single person bed. Well, who knows what crazy things have happened in that room.
Ew.
I'll be
That's
alone
something
up
to think
there
about.
without any sort of gripply to keep.
Our services does a very good job of cleaning up.
Oh, wonderful. That's great.
Dad.
It's not what I was really implying. I'm going to go up to bed now.
She said that very coyly, like playing off of what you said.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay. The two of you
Good night.
head to bed. Is there like
What's
you want
my-
to set like a mental alarm of sorts, or do you just wake up naturally?
Oh, like a buzzing, kind of like an Aragon. That'd be cool. 10 a.m. Let's not be sleazeballs.
That's
Yeah.
just enough time for a solid full rest. So I know you guys are already full. You are still at full. Fast forward to 10 o'clock in the morning. It takes you guys a little while to leave the rooms because you were very exhausted and got just enough sleep, but man, does that bed feel really good. Give me a D20 Constitution check for both of you, please.
This is going to be our ability to actually leave bed. This is a trap. 8.
It's a trap.
20!
Beautiful. Glorp, you spring out of bed.
Ah.
You got great sleep. You've had better sleep.
Ah, yeah.
You know, and
I wish I could just do this in my life, dude.
You mean jumping out of bed?
No, getting like a really good sleep.
Oh.
good sleep feels good. Hey, I imagine you guys head downstairs and meet up.
Yeah. I take care of anything stiff in my body on my way down, and then get dressed into clean clothes that I definitely have. Totally. And then head downstairs, yeah.
You've taken the time to clean up your clothes and get ready in the morning.
Thank God.
It's a little after 10 o'clock. But make way downstairs. Glorp, you do the same.
Indeed.
Indeed. Glorp beats you downstairs.
I hunger.
And is already at the bar when you go downstairs.
You beefstick.
There are
You're big stick.
considerably more people at this time of morning. The people who were passed out have been vacated. And there's this kind of like
Just thrown up.
there's like the morning like the morning regular crowd. You know, they're all getting their usual breakfast and crap.
Haggis.
Mm.
Corned beef. Cabbage.
So good.
Thought I smelled cabbage.
Cabbage.
I like a waffle.
That sounds good. I want eggs Benedict.
I do think we need time to like actually eat the breakfast because like we're fucking rich.
Sure.
So I mean, what do bunnies eat? Leaves. So I order pancakes.
It is the day shift bartender.
Oh, what's his name? Her name? Them name?
What is his name again? Holden. Not really.
He seems
Malfoy.
he seems bright and cheery, and provides the two of you with a very lovely like not necessarily eggs Benedict, but like eggs and like a side of meat, like a nice thick cut of ham.
God.
It's actually a great breakfast, like quality
And
breakfast.
toast.
Yeah, you got a nice like little baguette.
Baguette.
We're in France.
Yes.
Can I have a mimosa?
You can definitely whip something up for you. And then you
I have
got,
a limatini.
You have a very lovely stack of pancakes. Sorry, no waffle. But
No waffle.
They're nice. They're nice and fluffy, and you feel like they're a bit too smothered in syrup.
Yeah.
But probably to cover up the quality of the pancakes.
It's a Denny's move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a Denny's move. But they look very, very appetizing.
I tried to get the feeling as to whether or not they're trying to, like, we're almost like being spoiled because of the rumor that we helped the tavern, or if this is how they treat everyone.
This was provided to you, like, immediately upon request, and he did not ask you for money.
Let's leave heaps. Like 500 gold.
It's a hell of a tip.
I don't have that much.
You can buy a house with this for breakfast.
Can you unplug me
Yes.
from the Matrix?
Well, yeah.
Thanks.
After you've started taking your first like few bites of your wonderfully prepared breakfast and such, and he's done helping out like some of the other regulars, he does come back to the two of you, looks you both in the eyes, and says, "Thank you so much.
Oh,
You're welcome.
citizen.
You're the ones that have been working with Rys and the guard about the wine thief, right?"
We have, yes.
That traveled quickly.
Yes.
I glare at you.
Yeah, Pat told me as I came on this morning. She was thrilled.
Pat the pet is quite a sweetheart. You need to be paid for services rendered.
No, this is on the house.
Well, that's very kind of you, but you are a hard-working individual, and I hear that people in the tavern business do enjoy tippery.
Give me a d20. You're saying all this out loud, right?
Yep. 11.
There's how I would describe as like a like curmudgeonly, like older, like half orc, like sitting like 2 stools down from you, and he like overhears what you just said, and he goes, "Just eat the breakfast."
Really, this early in the morning?
I mock back. Just eat the breakfast.
This early in the morning, this guy. God. Can't you be a morning person?
Couldn't you be a bit more polite?
Oh, he's clearly like
Morning
he's clearly
drunk.
not a morning person. Then you see that his glass is empty,
Oh no.
and he has a big full tummy.
Oh.
But he's very clearly like not necessarily offended, but like questioning why you would want to give money to a free meal. Like he's just all like, it's a free meal, just eat your breakfast, like that kind of thing.
Because the honest truth is that there's a soft spot in my heart for these people at this tavern.
Did you
He's
say
from
that
money.
to him, or did
No.
you just mock him?
I know, but I'm saying this aloud to my friends at this table in this realm of reality.
Okay.
I don't know how else to explain it.
He's from money. He's there.
God, Jesus.
The
fucking Christ.
the bartender looks back at you and just goes, "No, really, don't worry about it," and he continues serving others. After he makes a bomb-looking mimosa for Glorb.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Yeah!
Take that mimosa.
Oh, yeah!
Take it home with you. Oh, wait, you can't go home.
This mimosa is extra fizzy. Looks very refreshing.
I wait passive-aggressively, patiently, for you to finish your giant mimosa. And I want
Like
to...
it's a smaller glass, and you can tell that it was just a splash of orange juice and mostly bubbly.
I want to leave 2 gold pieces on the table regardless.
Okay. You leave two gold pieces on the table.
Okay.
Excellent. You guys finish up your breakfast and you just want to leave right afterward?
Yeah, but on my way, if the orc still has like food on his plate, I want to take a bite of it.
It is like
Oh my.
practically licked clean. Like nothing left to even think about sparing on his plate.
Alright. Then I eat his hat. I'm kidding. I don't do that. But I do glare.
You glare at the curmudgeonly older half-orc as you leave the 2 gold pieces on the table and walk away. He like notices eyes on him and he like looks at you like,
let people
he's
have a good time. Alright? It's not a crime to be kind.
he just kind of sinks back into his plate and then realizes there's no food on it. And you can see him have. He's the kind of guy that just has like a permanent frown all the time.
He's an orc, so yeah I
he's
get it.
like. He kind of like scoots the plate forward and is like, oh.
Nothing good ever happens to me.
Run, flesh.
Sausage.
Well, let's go to the barracks, see if they're all... Fucking she's there this time.
Sausage. Okay. Let's go back to the barracks. Annoy Rys. Get money from her. And then I'm at a loss of what to do. But first things first.
Yeah.
I follow you.
I think the game will tell us.
Annoyingly, I follow you.
Glorp, you're being followed by an annoyed Quinn. Do you head to the barracks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You go to the barracks.
Oh, I thought I said that already, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It's just I wanted to stylize it because I think it's funny that when you're walking, Quinn is annoyed. I don't know how you wanted to react to
extra
his
bouncily
annoyance.
and stupidly. I'm probably drunk.
There you go. Yeah, a little
Because I
drunkenly.
ate a ton of food.
Yeah, you ate a ton of food, but you're also tiny. And it was extra bubbly.
Maybe I'm singing a dumb song that I learned from Fungi.
I wonder the whole time whether or not I should just go ahead and like take care of this without him.
You start going into a really catchy piece that Bogford performed.
That's important.
And you have some extra spring in your step, and you kind of stumble every now and then, but it's okay. You haven't had that much to drink. You arrive at the barracks. There's a new guard, a very I want to say experienced looking Khajiit soldier. Sees the singing, looks at you, looks at Quinn. As you guys are like walking up, there's definitely more people, but it's not like the super busy time of day per se. And you walk up to the Khajiit, and the Khajiit has wares. No.
Is it a lady Khajiit?
It is a male.
What color?
Black. But you wouldn't notice immediately because of the very fine armor that the Khajiit is wearing. It's beautiful, like deep purple and iron spalders. Gorgeous.
Do you remember that lyric was black?
Hmm?
Do you remember that lyric was black?
I do.
Yeah.
I say top of the morning to you, sir.
Top of the morning indeed. That was some nice singing. What song was that?
I tell him my friend's song.
Like a Fungayan piece, huh?
Yes,
I love it.
that's where I'm from.
Very catchy. What business do you have here?
Oh, we need to speak to Rys about business matter.
Rys is popular these days. About what?
She had sent us back down to explore this well.
Oh,
So we're half done with that well.
half done.
We are done.
We are done now with the task and need to follow up collect the rest of our reward. And such.
Well, before I let you speak with Rys, I'm actually very curious. What did you find down there?
A whole lot of nothing.
He quirks an eyebrow at you.
And bats. Do you like bats?
No, I hate bats. I'm a cat.
Very nice cat. They're nice.
Bats, you see. He revisits it. He says, bats, huh?
Yeah, they're just kind of staring, not doing anything. It's weird. We tried to talk to them, but they didn't want to listen. I mean, well, that too, but...
Well, talking to bats wouldn't be my first choice of what to do with them, but interesting how they stare as bats do.
Lots of poop and slime.
Oh, yeah.
There's some... What's that? Poop rats?
You know, that well's been abandoned for a long, long time.
What looked like a hideout of some kind. A caved-in area.
So there was stuff in there.
Yes, but picked clean.
Not too much evidence, eh?
No, not this time around. That we found more of on our first trip, which she knows about. So.
Some nice shurikens.
Oh, thank you.
He smiles.
I don't smile. That's just Jenny.
You can get it. Go for it.
Okay.
Rys might be caught up in something right now, but I'm sure she'll be available to talk to you soon.
What was your name? My name's Glor.
Zigajit, so it's sings with knives.
Glorp. And you are?
I barely make eye contact with him.
You're not mesmerized by this creature?
Of course I am. That's why I'm not looking at him.
Is this out loud?
Yes.
Oh.
My name is Quinn.
Quinn.
You may call me Quinn.
I will call you Quinn. I'm mesmerizing.
I mean, I don't usually
You
think
remind
that.
me of someone back home, is all. Don't get a big kitty head of yours.
I don't usually give one shit about people, but yes, you're very, very, very nice. You remind me of...
You remind
Someone.
me of a cat.
I was gonna say, remind me of my brother's cat, but that doesn't make any sense.
Well, Glorp and Quinn, I'm Tajim. It's very nice to meet you.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Thank you.
Whoops usually, doesn't give much of a crap, but is rather taken with him. I don't know why, but...
It's probably my beautiful armor.
Yes, that's it. Not the person underneath the armor. Certainly. I need to go inside
Me too, alright.
and talk to Rys.
Okay, fine, lead.
Also, the entire time, his ears have been, back. Down his spine. Wide-eyed.
Your robes are still slightly stained.
Yes, that will hopefully come out with a few good washes. In clean water. It may be at the Silver Chalice next time we go there, right?
Sure.
We can go in, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I walk in.
Okay. I was just wondering how long you wanted to deal with him. You walk in.
Trying to make my ears more erect. I rub from the base up
yeah.
several times to keep them up.
You re-erect your ears.
Thanks.
In front of a room full of guard. They have literally... They seem well-fed, well-rested. It's the spoiled the day shift workers, basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well...
Pieces of shit, you know? So stupid. Not swing shift.
But mostly, mostly human, Khajiit, Volpine. There's a couple dozen in this room. It's pretty packed in right now.
So predators. Great. Very Zootopia of you. Love it.
Yes. Give me a d20 for both of you.
Did you never see Zootopia?
I still haven't seen it.
You've never
It's
seen
actually
Zootopia?
It's actually a really good
Just
movie.
clips.
Oh, it's one of my favorite Disney movies ever. 9.
4.
As you're re-erecting your ears, you see a lapid female guard. She has
What?
She has like snow white, pure fur, very young, very physically fit, very muscular build. Like she's very dedicated to her work. It looks like, or is trying to impress someone at first glance. She notices your ears and how you're so furiously re-erecting them, and she giggles.
Don't tell anyone. Like, I actually find, like, some camaraderie, because she's, like, the first lapid that I've seen in town, right? Pretty sure.
There's lapids, like, amongst the people that you've come across, but, like, notably, like, the people that you've, like, had names for and stuff. It's been mostly human and Khajiit and half-elf.
I try to play it off like it's not that big of a deal. I was just getting water off my ears. These darn things get in the way all the time, like ponds.
Did you mention the water bit?
I thought we were gonna go talk to Rys.
We are. I'm hoping to get these dry.
God, we're not gonna get anything done if we just stop and flirt with everything.
Fine, then you go ahead and lead.
I'm
also talking about myself.
She giggles
Taking
again
turns.
at this exchange, and she says, "I don't believe it's raining."
Yes, well, maybe it's raining somewhere down under. I don't know why I rolled, but I rolled 17.
To confirm that you said that,
I
yes.
rolled a 17.
She like looks away and begins like readjusting her armor. And Glorp begins up the stairs. I imagine that was happening because are you like visibly annoyed at the flirting right now?
I mean, not really. I'm a little impatient. But I am
Yes,
also
welcome to my world with you.
amused, though, that, like, we both were just getting distracted
Yeah,
by different people.
let's go talk to Rys.
Okay. You head up the stairs, and as you look to the right, you see that Rhys's door is actually slightly ajar.
She's not dead. I thought to myself.
Please say that out loud.
No.
Damn it. I hope she's not dead. It's a door.
It's my spider sense. Glorp sense.
I opened the door, I guess. Like, I thought you were leading.
Oh, sorry. I open the door as well. We both do, in tandem.
My God, Jay.
Hello!
The two of you
Rhys?
open the door.
Imagine us going like...
We're learning to get along, aren't we cute?
Rhys is in the middle of polishing. Well, no, polishing is not the right word. I'm sorry. Sharpening her sword.
Hello. We've
Looks up.
returned.
And goes, "Oh, any luck down there?" She seems much more well rested than the last time we spoke to her.
It's a whole lot of random crap, but nothing as good as what we found the first time.
Nothing as good as what you found the first time.
As far as
So no extra inventory of goods.
No. I mean,
No magical items. No contracts.
we found a couple small items, but it was nothing as damning as the treasure trove of stuff we found the first time. And I describe what I found, or we found, in each thing, including the bats thing, which is still really bothering him.
Including the stabbing of the butthole.
Do you
And I'll give up my weapons that I took. I didn't feel like telling the cat that. I feel like the cat wanted me to tell him everything. But
Which weapon?
I didn't.
the dirks and stuff?
The shurikens, I think.
You bought the shurikens.
Yeah, you
Oh, I
bought.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I thought oh, okay. Alright.
Yeah, you bought the shurikens.
Yours.
You found, I believe, a bow and the arrows, and a couple of dirks, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway.
And I'll leave it up to you whether you tell her about the thing, the shiny thing.
Ultimately, what I'm looking for, you don't necessarily have to roleplay this conversation if you don't want to, but is there anything specifically that you want to leave out of what you found?
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Just for the sake of time, you could say, I let Rys know everything that we found or whatever.
I want to not share the lyrium bit.
Okay, he'd agree. Yeah.
Because I was thinking this is outside the game. Whoever it was that was in tunnel number 1, say that, for instance, that he was a mage or like a scientist or somebody that was down there hiding away whatever he was working on. Then down in tunnel number 3, what if that was like a drop point for anybody to drop raw lyrium down there for him to then grab? For whatever purpose he was using it for.
True. I like that.
It's still making me wonder a bit, weeks later, that raw lyrium's flow wasn't going that far.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'm just misunderstanding how lyrium works. But when I started this game, I was made to understand that lyrium flows to the next available lyrium point.
Maybe it doesn't work underground.
And it wasn't doing that.
True. Yeah. I don't think I'd want to mention any of that either. I have this feeling it's too important.
Give me a d20, both of you.
You got it.
8.
9 again.
Plus 3 cunning.
9.
You... Okay, the best I can give you guys is, while both of you are aware that what you were thinking is true, that lyrium does search for other lyrium, you do know that there are limitations, and that due to like lyrium, like stones, like when it gets condensed, that it behaves differently depending on surroundings, how large it is, how potent, the type of lyrium, stuff like that.
Okay. I still do not want to mention the lyrium to Rys.
Yeah, everything else with that. I agree.
Also, lyrium is still something that is not necessarily largely mysterious, but there are still like things yet to be discovered about it. Like, it's not fully understood yet in the world. And this is common knowledge.
I am curious as to whether or not she reacts in any sort of special way to the findings in room number 1, to there being some sort of bedroom workstation type of thing behind a wall, a hallway of bats.
Yeah, what's up with the fucking bats? We couldn't figure it out.
So, after relaying all the information, save the lyrium bit to Rys.
I do present the Rhombus emblem.
Nice. Okay.
She uses a finger and scoots it closer to her. Says, that's seen better days, but beautiful no less. However, I'm not really concerned about that, and she scoots it back over to you.
Sorry.
That's an odd trinket at best. Sorry to hear that you had a close encounter with some very foul sounding rats, and the slime was alive.
Yeah, it's really gross down there, so be careful.
Yeah, it has been abandoned for quite
way.
some time. Who knows what's all been going down there. I'm glad that this whole, maybe it's fortuitous that the whole wine thief thing happened and they chose that place in order for it to get rediscovered in a way. But also fascinating that it sounds like people were residing down there. Who knows what they were doing, or even if they were associated with the wine. I mean, obviously, the one side that you were looking at where you found the inventory and such, of course they were associated, but this other place, they may not have been. And the bats are extremely curious.
Right?
I've heard about certain factions using creatures as like a scrying. So like maybe they're like watchers in a way. That's a possibility as to why they were reacting so strangely, but they also seemed like they were of one mind. Like the hiss is so strange.
Watchers as in, like, bodyguards of sorts? Like, keeping whoever it is safe from detection?
There's many uses, but it's mainly for when someone has intention of keeping an eye on a certain place. That's it. Typically, something like that, they wouldn't have the ability to cause much harm. They're just there to. It's a scrying spell. They're just there to watch, really.
I pronounce that as screeing, but I like scrying.
It's scrying.
Oops.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I knew what you meant.
Yes. It's like crying with an S at the beginning.
Cry.
She thanks you, and she, before talking about like money and stuff, there's a long pause, like what just happened for a moment there, and she does talk about the other tunnels. She said, "You found the trinkets in a caved-in tunnel." That's easy to believe because it's been abandoned for so long, and it could have just been weathered and crumpled. All that you found the trinket there, though.
And based on my magical inspection, the magic within this talisman has not been used for a good long time, and I cannot detect what its purpose is.
And
Very interesting.
there might be more things there. We were just not strong enough to move.
I imagine it was just caved in. I don't... It seems really odd to block a path with the same material that the walls were made out of. Very interesting. And then you said there wasn't anything in the third hallway, I believe you said? The one with the moonbeam.
Yes, we could see up to the surface, but nothing of note was down there.
Just an empty dead end, which is kind of what I was imagining what would be down in the well, was just a bunch of dead ends.
Though admittedly, with an opening to the surface, it could have been a spot in which anyone, including a thief or whatever, could use it as a drop zone to put plunder down there from a height.
I had that thought. It's yeah, if they had good knowledge of the inner workings of it. But at the same time, there were rats down there. Like, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that it was very well mapped out for them.
Well mapped out for them.
Yes.
God, you're funny.
That pun pained her. But
well, perhaps as far as
she does smirk a little bit after thinking about it for a moment.
As far as the caved-in tunnel, perhaps some of your stronger guards, like the sexy black cat out front, could help move the larger boulders out of the way so that people could possibly investigate.
That work is below Tajim.
Right, well, maybe some of the weaker, less sexual guards.
She openly laughs to that. She literally openly laughs to that.
We got less
She says,
sexual drive.
"Yes, Tajim is a beautiful, beautiful man. I'm aware of this."
Too much so, perhaps. But you could use that to your advantage. Anyway.
Tajim is essentially next in line for being a lieutenant.
Oh.
He's been a very active guardsman for a long time. I have a lot of respect for Tajim. And to be honest, it's kind of weird, but I signed him out front. He hasn't worked that position in a while. And even though it's not something that a veteran like him would be doing normally, I thought it was a nice change of pace.
Does he like to go to the tavern?
Oh, everyone likes to go to the tavern.
True. Well, about the payment.
He doesn't drink, though. But anyway, yes, payment is definitely due. And before she reaches to grab the payment, she brings up the fact that you felt a dormant energy in the trinket.
Yes.
As she brings up the trinket again, thinking, or saying, like, I wasn't really interested in that at first, but give me a d20. There's a deliberate pause after she says but.
But 11.
But nothing.
But nothing.
But well, it's probably nothing. You can keep it if you like.
What purpose might something like this really have?
We can. It would just be more information for the records, the magisters, if it came up again. Maybe someone lost it. Who knows? Maybe one of the local shopkeepers who is a little bit more attuned with magic might be able to do a better job at identifying what it does. But call it a gift. I have no interest in it. It's purely, what's the right word I'm looking for? It's purely extraneous. Like, I had you guys clear out the well and report back to me with hoping for more information about the wine thieves. I've got what I needed.
Now, outside of game, I'm going to say this right now. And we're going to converse about this. The only connecting detail, connecting the side of the well that we just went through and the side of the well that had the wine thieves with their inventory and all that stuff, the only item that is linking those two sides is the brown bottle that worked on the lyrium. Meaning, if she was looking for a connection between the wine thieves and anything that was on the other side, that is the only thing that I can think of that might draw a connection. But I'm not really willing to give up delirium for anything that we might be able to use that for later. I don't really know if the brown bottle of all things would really help draw any conclusion for an investigation.
Right, I mean, they could have been using that side as well.
Could have been.
Hideout, workspace, storage space, fucking around with spells and shit space. I don't know.
They weren't seeming magical at all when we were fighting them.
Yeah, I still don't want to tell her about it.
Yeah, I'm going to solidify I'm not telling her about
The grand mystery of the game.
This is not the grand mystery of the game. This is the peak of the game.
Delirium. Shit.
She reaches down and grabs a sack of gold pieces that's already been counted and slides it to the edge of the table, equidistant between the two of you. Says, there's the 300 gold pieces I promised you.
That's more than I remember her saying.
150 for me.
I grab the entire pouch and I flump it on top of your head. No, I take it and put it in the bag of holding.
All of it?
For now.
No, I want that.
Right now, you want to count it in front of her?
No.
I'm very confused by what you want.
Alright, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Fantastic.
Tell Tajim I'm not looking for companionship.
I
might be now. I never anyway.
He would break you.
I don't mean like sex.
She lifts her great sword, puts it on her back, and says, "You guys are really enamored with Tajim, aren't you?"
Well, I'm also enamored with you, but you know, you're a busy woman.
Right, yeah, you gotta be careful with that one. I think.
I'm afraid I wouldn't have enough time.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is that I respect your position.
The time that you deserve.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, we best be going. Let us know if you have any other tasks available. We can be found at the Never-Ending Night.
Well, I will actually be departing very soon.
Oh,
so I don't believe that I will have any more tasks to assign you.
Where are you going?
Can you remind me where your lieutenant went?
To Crestfall. That's where I'm headed.
Crestfall, yes.
It worries me that even though I know Connor can handle himself very well in battle, it just worries me that this threat is just so peculiar and mysterious. We don't.
It's unsettling.
We just don't know much about the enemy, and I would really. I was supposed to stay because I trust Conic. Something just doesn't feel right, and I really feel the need. I really feel the need to move to Crestfall. Well, not move, but like to move out to Crestfall.
This was the town that was swarmed with demons, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have been under attack for a while now.
Well, much luck to you.
Well, it seems only right that we follow.
I mean, we could.
I beg your pardon.
It seems only right that we follow.
You want to come with me to Crestfall?
I would like to go where the demons rise.
You're the demon slaying type?
Tell her how many demons that we've slain.
A good handful. I've ate one and didn't taste very good. But I have a strong constitution. We shouldn't talk this over with our friends we haven't seen in weeks. First, I mean, I want to go.
They may be dead for all we know.
Your friends?
Listener, Tommy's just staring at
I thought that it was just the two of you.
Oh no, there's more.
Together.
But only if they choose to come.
Right, there's a bard and then a warrior rabbit. Oh, excuse me, lapid.
Not too many bards these days. Probably could have used that help, but I have no issues with the two of you joining me.
How far away is Crestfall?
It's about, I mean, at my pace, it'll be less than a day.
Okay. I need a pony.
Is Tajin coming with us?
No.
I should buy a pony.
Well, he will if he comes with us.
Where's he gonna? He's gonna stay here.
How fast of a rider are you?
Getting on it.
Yes. Quinn, how fast of a rider are you?
A rider on what? Depends on who. I didn't say that.
On horseback.
I didn't say that. I actually don't know how much horseback riding he would have done. Fast enough.
Okay, so historically speaking, just because you are,
I've done it.
you are of the affluence, I should say. You have had horseback training as a kid, and it is up to you and your backstory of how much you've kept up with that.
I say to her, I can keep up.
Sure. You can ride with me, little one.
Oh, thank you.
It'll be a race.
Oh, yep, this will be.
She actually smiles very largely at the thought. And
His most charming smile.
his most charming smile. She informs the two of you that she was planning on leaving within the next hour.
Oh shit.
Bunny Jesus.
Oh man, I wanted to find somebody to like make this cloak fit me.
So
We have time.
I would recommend you finish up any odds and ends before we move out, and we can meet. We can meet in front of just the main gates. I'll have our steeds ready.
Oh, our steeds. Wow.
I'll call them Biscuit.
Fatty lumpkin.
Fatty lumpkins.
His Bilbo's pony.
You guys are on one tonight.
Alright, anyway. Sounds good. How do we make this choice without them, though?
We don't. We have to conclude session and then discuss whatever happens after. But I think that we should decide.
You have an hour.
Yes. We should get your tailor. And not Trevor's girlfriend. Even though I love Taylor.
She's nice.
She's fantastic.
Nice lady.
Let's go to the tailor to get your cloak.
Okay. I'd like to go to the tailor.
Excellent. The tailor. I would say that there's more than one.
Alright, I need one from like regular ass people, not like
Gotcha.
fancy hoity-toity
Gotcha.
shit.
Okay. So you will go to the Commons tailor.
Okay, sounds great.
There is a lot of people inside, and there's a lot of trade and commerce going on. It is a bustling business in the Commons. It's probably the most regularly visited shop. It's the most popular one, probably, because of just how common it is that people need to have clothes that fit them.
Well,
We should spend this entire last hour just shopping for pants.
You do see two workers inside at the moment, and they are slinging pants around. You got nicely fitted shirts,
shirts.
socks.
Ooh, shirts.
And then you see a nice deep red cloak flung onto a counter nearby you that catches your eye. The two workers, they are both older human, and they are both imagine just like the nicest old people that you can imagine. Really, they have the old people, like curly hair and glasses and like bonnets.
Oh, hello there, lady, gentlemen.
So how I used to look in high school?
Oh, no, you didn't have a bonnet.
I had a bonnet.
They're both female.
Oh, hello there, ladies.
Exactly how I lived in high school.
It's they're very busy helping other people at the moment. But if you would like to fast forward time to wait in line per se, or if you would like to budge in, that's going to be your call.
I will wait patiently.
You wait patiently.
That looks good.
You wait patiently for the worker that originally flung the deep red cloak onto the counter. The person at the front of the line is a younger Vulpin female and is thrilled to receive the cloak. And there's a very nice warm exchange as they leave. A couple more people go by. You got shirts, pants, and such. They give thanks, leave, and then your turn. You come up, and she greets you very warmly. Good morning, little one. There's not many Gripply I come across.
Yes, that's why I'm here. I have this.
Because I'm unique.
And I need it to fit my body.
Ah, yes.
Of the black cloak.
Wow. She picks up the cloak. That
Whatever's left over, you can have.
is a very large and kind of damaged cloak. Where'd you get this?
Oh, damaged?
Yes.
Too damaged to use?
No,
Oh, I
it's
found
not
it in
too
the
damaged.
well.
There's just some rough spots I can very easily patch up.
Oh, cool. I found it in the well.
The well.
What? Little Timmy? The well?
Which is so funny. Oh, thank you. I found it in the well. It's just so,
What is that? I'm
it's
curious.
garbage. This is coffee liqueur.
That sounds lovely. She literally like chuckles a little bit, like, oh, in a well, oh, of course. But I'm not one to judge. I'm just one to sew. And before I start, though, looks you over, and you can see her kind of stretching across the surface of the counter, getting a good feel for what areas she'll be cutting and what areas she'll be patching and how large to make it, or how small to make it rather. And she says, "Okay, well, this is a really nice material, so I do have to be delicate, and the amount of adjustments I need to make to fit you a bit much. So I know it's a bit much for a tailor, but it'll be 15 gold pieces."
Oh, alright. Is it so delicate I shouldn't be fighting in it? In theory. Or maybe I should ask the DM this.
I think...
Because this is +2
I think
HP.
you probably...
They're an older couple that may not
Yeah.
believe much in fighting.
Yeah. I think that one would do best to not ever do fighting, but if
Okay, I'm asking
did
Jeff.
come across, a ruffian, this might
So cute.
this might do a decent job of protecting you. Maybe you can use its dark colors and folds to escape an attack.
Oh, yeah.
But no,
You were a ninja when you were younger, weren't you, lass?
but no, really, it's just a really nice material. I do have to be delicate, so it would be 15 gold pieces, yes.
I hand over 15 pieces.
I will have this ready.
I assume that you gave me my half of the...
Oh, yeah.
I will have this ready for you. Oh. How long do you have?
30 minutes.
Well, we're leaving town in probably 45 minutes, but I could come back.
I think you should come back for this.
Okay.
It's going to take a couple hours, I would say.
Can I just put that it's at the tailor's in my inventory?
Yeah.
Okay.
However you want to mark it.
Where
So-
are we again? I'm so sorry.
Haven
It was-
City.
Haven.
Of
yeah.
course!
Haven City
God.
Commons, the tailor shop, and you can put fine black cloak fitted next to it, saying ready for pickup. So that the next time you guys come back, it'll be ready for pickup.
His name is Glorp. You may want to put it under his name.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Glor.
Oh, I was getting to that point.
Galore.
I need the 15 gold pieces.
Oh, yes, I hand them over.
Oh,
Sorry, I thought I did
Thank
that
you very
already.
much. Thank you. She smiles and then slides it over to the end of the counter, and she rings a little bell, and you see another worker, I want to say like a teenage boy, very very skinny, looks kind of dirty, but a very hard worker on first impression. Run out from behind and pick it up and
So
bring it
would
to the
we.
back.
Oh, do you need my measurements or anything?
No, I was able
eyeball
to tell about your size.
Okay.
Do you sell magical clothing? Do you create magical clothing?
We have a nice assortment of fine cloths, but nothing really magical. Perhaps try maybe there's a lovely accessories shop. But that's typically where you'd find magical item, or maybe Pete's, but that's more like weapons and armor.
The coffee shop? Honestly, I was wondering if there was any sort of additional service to
Real
make...
quick, did I say coffee shop on
You
accident?
said Pete's.
Oh, God, I'm so slow right now.
I was wondering if I could add some sort of magical flair on your new cloak. But if they don't do that, then moot point.
That'd be so cool. I'd be like
We can make
Doctor Strange.
alterations if you have like a magical item to attach to it.
It could like fly me around and stuff.
But no cloth is innately magical, if that's what you're asking.
That's preposterous where I come from.
Or enchanted or something.
My father will hear about this.
My father will hear about this.
Fine. I was trying to look out for my friend Glorp.
Is there anything else I can do for you, folks?
No, not for me. Thank you. Appreciate
That's a
it.
lovely rope, by the way.
Thank you. It's covered in slime.
I noticed.
If you have a soap that I could maybe purchase off you that could remove slime stains, that'd be grand. Or
She walks toward the back where the boy came from, but they're on the shelf near the entrance to the back. There is a few different types of like brushes and soaps, a couple of buckets, and she like it looks like random to you, but it's like one of those things where it's like an organized chaos.
Mhm.
She like walks back and just like takes it out of a bucket, and it's like this like stark white like small little bar of like trapezoid of a soap piece, and she brings it up to the front counter and she says, "This would do just fine on that material, but I can't let go of it for free. You got a gold piece on you.
I do. Ching!
There you go. Thank you so much, sweetie.
I put it into my bag of holding.
Terrific.
Thank you.
And then I put you into the bag of holding.
I will bite you.
And you're into the void.
Wait, do I have teeth?
Yes. You're a frog.
Yeah. Frogs have teeth.
They do?
If I'm not mistaken,
Far
frogs
back.
have teeth. Yeah.
Not
Not like our teeth.
They
but...
suck the things in, then chomped it back. Yeah.
Can I have fangs? That'd be awesome.
Well,
Like a snake
a
frog.
vamp frog.
Frog.
Yeah.
She very politely welcomes the next person in line up to the counter because she imagines you guys are done. It's like the type of busy where it's like, okay, thank you, next, like that kind of thing.
All right. You done? Or should we go back to Pete's for any sort of magical menagerie things?
I'm done.
Do you have like a lot of money to do shopping?
I have
I think I've
406.
given you guys some good amount of money, yeah. So if you want, we could take care of the shopping now. I'm not in a particular hurry to go.
Then the only place that I'd be willing to go is to a magic shop. Not really for the sake of RPing, but simply for the sake of what is available for us. I realize that putting a DM on the spot as far as like what's available is like, Jesus, so it's suddenly
Totally
No,
fine.
I'm good with magic. I think what I wanted from the expensive knives store is still a little bit more than what I got.
How much you got?
Actually, yeah, let's go back there. I want to look at that stuff.
I
Peace.
want to go to magic store. We haven't been there yet.
Go to the magic store. God.
Uh,
Though character-wise, Quinn would be more curious about the trinkets because I said that he was really liked amulets. So let's go there. That's more of a character choice.
Sure, yeah. You press to move to the accessory shop, and Glorp, you notice his determination to go check out this trinket that you guys just found. You walk in, everything.
It's like we're like Blues Brothers or something.
This place is located kind of near the Silver Chalice. It's in the upper district, and you walk in. It's much more organized, and there's far fewer people. There's only like, I shouldn't say like, because what's like two people? Is that just two people? So there's two people in there. They're
There's
looking,
between 2 and 3 people.
yeah, like 2.5. Yeah. They're looking at some goods that's in a display case, but they're not being actively helped by the shopkeep. The shopkeep is a very old and very thin, kind of gaunt in the face, high elf. Very, very long, straight white hair, and very piercing green eyes. As you walk in, you immediately are just like, you can tell that she's hopefully not doing it intentionally to creep people out, but it's an intense stare, like staring into your soul. Immediately you feel it. So when you walk in, you're just like,
Quinn would look at that and think, oh, she really does not want anyone to steal from her, and she wants people to know that she's looking everywhere. I'm certainly not going to mess with this woman. Let's go haggle.
hell yeah.
she remains
Haggle.
she remains basically standing in the middle of the counter facing the door, very stoically and very mesmerizingly, but remains silent. You hear low chatter from the people looking at the display case.
I would like to approach the high elf and say good evening. Sorry, good morning. It's been a long... I make this a character.
It's approaching noon, but not quite.
It's been a long last 24 hours. I apologize. Do you have any sort of amulets that may supplement one's health or constitution or perhaps magical prowess?
Your sexual prowess. Just kidding.
Or that.
Oh.
Did you actually say that?
Yes.
Or that.
She looks at the two of you and says, "Good morning. I have many things that might suit your needs. Amulets, yes. Rings, yes. That enhance one's vigor, absolutely.
Splendid.
Over here. And she gestures to a display case that is chock full of just
Dildos.
amulets.
Oh, okay.
Dildos.
Anal baits.
She says, while vigor might make you more healthy, it can also increase your stamina as well.
Oh my.
Addressing the sexual nature of your question. But enough of that. I have different golden amulets depicting of the son of Alexander. We have some not as choice silver amulets. You can tell that there's a religious bias in the way that she is describing these amulets. But essentially she points out 3 different types of materials. You have the gold, you have silver, and you have bronze. The gold ones are at the top of the display case, and she reveres quite highly.
Are they all Alexander?
Yes. They're not they're not depictions of Alexander themselves.
Mm-hmm. But like his son or his symbol.
Like the sun. She has like sun amulets.
Is Alexander in the carbuncle tree? I think he is, right? It's Rama,
If I'm not
carbuncle.
mistaken, yes.
Or no, I asked for a customization to my tree. It was going to be Rama, carbuncle, and then Alexander. Okay, is there a god depicted in the bronze or silver, or is it just bronze and silver?
None of them are actually depicted of the gods themselves.
I mean the symbols.
But symbols, yes. Mainly it's the sun, and then the other ones are more like obscure symbols and not like immediately related to their deity. Like the sun is the more prominent image of Alexander's symbol, and those ones are the most pristine looking. The other ones kind of they're not like junky, but they're not I think the right word would be like not the most accurate depictions of the deity symbol.
And how much might an amulet of Alexander's son be to one such as I?
Well, it depends on the one that you would like. I have 4, and I guarantee their quality. This one right here, it looks like the nicest one.
Mm-hmm.
It's very large. It almost hurts to look at with how shiny it is.
Jesus.
You don't have to do a magic check. You feel magic emanating off of this thing.
It's an infinity stone.
She says, this one I priced at a paltry $17.50, but it will enhance your HP. No, I mean she's not saying
Sure,
HP
sure.
MP, but for you to know, because she knows exactly what it does, it's going to be your HP, your MP, and resistances.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Just so I know the range, what is the bottom tier gold?
Bottom tier gold. This one is also very nice. It's a depiction of Alexander's son and is purely imbued with the gift of constitution.
Oh, okay. And how much would that be?
This one I can let go for $1,200.
We're definitely gonna have to come back to this city.
You notice after she says $1,200 that there's price tags in the middle too. Both say $1,500.
And what about the price tags for the silver? Because Tommy's preferable to silver.
The silver ones you see a range from $500 to $800.
Okay.
Do you want to just me asking you outside of game? Do you want to ask about your amulet? Like if you could sell it?
Do I have an amulet?
You can also say that character if you like.
I thought did you get some sort of thingy from?
I have the Rama staff talisman, but it's not like attached to a chain. I will actually put that onto the table and say like, hey, since I'm here, apologize, and since you seem to be magically like gifted,
Thank you.
do you have any clue as to what this item does, to its purpose,
Rama, everyone loves Rama, of course.
Not I, personally, but this is something that I found lying about, and I could feel something dormant lying within it, but I couldn't read it. But wondered if you could possibly.
Well, there's definitely a dormant energy coming from it. For assessing the quality of magical items, I do charge a fee. It would be, for this, 50 gold.
We're in the upper district.
Just an idea.
After she says 50 gold, you notice she says, like a tantalizing reaction.
I will pay the 50 to have that done. Ching.
Cha-ching.
It takes her a good 5 minutes of staring, picking it up, placing it, doing hand gestures over it.
The Dr.
staring,
Strange shit.
like piercing eyes, looking directly through it and shit like that. Until she finally picks it back up and she's accepted the 50 gold pieces. And she says, "This is actually rather nice. It could be shinier."
Yes, I did find it rather in a dirty spot.
Well, I do also offer polishing services and whatnot, if that would interest you.
It is good to know. However, for the properties,
Now,
as of for the right now,
down to business, of course. This symbol of Rama's staff is a symbol of both power and observation. This will enhance your magical attributes by 1. And it has a once daily ability associated with it. As an instant action, you can recover 5 MP.
hey, just randomly, do you sell chains?
Oh, well, you are in an accessory shop after all. She actually, like bends over halfway,
Oh my god.
plucks one, and she says, "I have different materials, of course, but I think this one would match very nicely with it."
Is it gold?
No,
Thank god. Is it bronze?
not everything has to be gold, you know. It's actually a leather cord.
Oh. That's actually very frugal of you, and I appreciate that. How much for the leather cord?
Yeah, just 3 gold.
I'll give her 5.
Thank you.
I appreciate your honesty about the reading, truthfully, because people in your position could make up anything, and I appreciate your candor. So,
Those who follow the way of Alexander never lie.
I hope to be on that way soon, but I'm trying to go on a bit of a pilgrimage.
Who do you follow now?
Currently Carbuncle. But I'm a neophyte.
She's actually like,
So, for the time being...
so that must mean you're a good friend.
Yes.
Placing others before you, as usual.
Maybe not all, but I'm trying to get there. And he's a bit shy, like actually looking back, like finding reason to look at the necklaces instead of her. So...
The gaze is a bit intimidating.
So...
But she's like reading your soul, basically.
So... Is there anything that we can afford just to get to the bottom of it? I have 350. I do not want to spend all of it. You have... And is there anything that, like, stat-wise that you're wanting really badly to boost with, like, a ring or something?
I mean, I've got my ring.
Yeah.
No. Not really.
Okay.
I'm just dreaming of nice weapons one day.
It is a very nice ring that you have.
Dreaming of a
And I'm
one.
not giving it up.
Alright.
Sorry.
I do hate to say that at this current time, our financial situation is not as glorious as I once thought before entering this shop. So, I would like to return on a day in which I have quite a bit more.
I look forward to that day.
And I appreciate all that you've done today.
Of course.
Yes, thank you, madam.
And I say to her as I say goodbye, in his light. And I leave.
As you turn and walk away to leave, the two of you leaving, she says in like a chant-like way, like, Alexander illuminates your true path always.
Maybe we should follow Alexander.
Is he pretty great?
Isn't he he's like the only...
Wait. Are you asking the shopkeep that? Like, okay. I was curious about this. Okay.
Isn't he like the only human depicted one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rama.
Yeah, but he doesn't count. Alexander's like the holy knight. That is the sun and the warrior.
It's actually more of like a... It's like more of like a machination.
Where's this lore from again? Are you taking it from Elder
Final
Scrolls?
Fantasy.
I'm taking it from Final Fantasy, but
okay.
Alexander, in my mind, is more of a humanoid.
That's-
I would put it as like a cross between like a mech golem and a human.
Oh.
Like basically a human driving a like very large machination, essentially. That's the way I like to think of it. But in Final Fantasies, it's literally just like giant holy machine, which I think is lame. I think I like the human aspect of it more.
How
like,
many of these
more
games
angelic.
are like the pantheon of gods in? Because I don't remember any.
They're not.
that
I don't think they're really gods in the Final Fantasy game. Right? They're just like.
They're not gods. They're basically like. What's the best way?
Supernatural beings.
Yeah, they're just supernatural beings with the gift of their element, and they have
right, okay.
like in the later Final Fantasies, they don't do it as much justice, but in the earlier Final Fantasies, they have more of like a personality and like what they stand for.
Okay, and you've just made more purpose that into like gods.
Yeah, I'm just fusing like aesthetically stuff from the later games and mixing a little bit of the personality from the older games that I like better.
Cool.
Alexander's one that I'm particularly fond of, so that's why I have a more like angelic, like human being, basically behind this giant like mech suit of armor with like angel wings and shit, and not like actual feathery wings, but like rays of light, like tendril wings.
Ooh, that's biblical.
All right. Before we close out, the pieces to Amula's staff amulet. It's +1 to magic.
So it's on a leather cord, beaten bronze symbol, Rama staff depiction emblem, whatever you want to call it. It's +1 to magic, and has an instant once daily ability
Ooh,
of restoring 5 NP instantly.
that's awesome.
To heal 5 HP. All right. I'm at 9 magic.
Ooh, he's a magic man.
And I'm good to close.
Me too.
Excellent. So just to be super clear, no more shopping to be done. Like
No.
we can start the next session like at the gate.
Unless we want to...
Because I would prefer doing any shopping now.
Let's go to a potion shop just for the sake of MP and HP potions.
Shit, yeah,
just
good
to
call.
have those on deck, because I'd rather...
I have so much money.
So how much would those be? Because I remember you saying that those are going to be more expensive in your games now.
Yes. Do you want to just not roleplay and just fast track? Like, we buy this many potions, this many potions. Yeah. Okay. So you would go to the Alchemist. I would have you guys go, because you're already there, like the upper district, for a better like variety and better quality and such. So we have minor, standard, and greater. Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna flat out tell you that full, not only would it probably not be available, but it would be out of your price range. So sure. Would you like to look at minor, standard, or greater prices?
Minor and standard.
Minor and standard. Okay. So HP and MP potions are the same price.
Okay.
It's just with the fact that they're minor, standard, or greater.
Sure.
The minor ones, and granted this is like no roleplay, this is just straight prices.
Sure.
I want to do the minors at 40,
Okay.
the standards at 100, and then the graders at 250.
Okay. I want to take... Well, let me think. 40 for minor, 100 for standard.
I'll take one of each.
But MP or HP?
One of each.
Jesus.
Minor HP and minor MP. Like one of each of those.
Okay. So you got a minor HP and minor MP potion, and then you want to just leave the standards alone, because I mean they are kind of
Yeah,
pricey.
that's too much.
Yeah. So you have one minor HP and one minor MP potion.
What is, how much MP is that again? I have the HP written down right here.
So the HP and MP values would be the same.
I will
Can
They
take...
would have the same dice roll. It's gonna
Have 2 minor health potions on my belt, but just one slot, or does it have to be both slots?
It would be both slots.
Okay.
It's per potion. Spoiler alert, will be including items to enhance your inventory for your belt. So like how you can have multiple shurikens in one slot. That's just because shurikens are designed to be that way, like stacked. But I can make like a potions stack, and it would be like the potion stack would be within the one belt slot, but could hold multiple potions, stuff like that to look at in the future. But so you said that, did you say that you wanted another minor HP?
No, I just want one minor HP.
Oh, because you already
minor
had
MP.
one.
Yeah, I already have one on my belt that we found
Gotcha.
somewhere.
Okay, so 80 gold for you because you bought one minor of
I
each.
give it to.
Excellent. And then
I want to take 2 minor of each.
2 minor of each. Okay, so that would be 160 gold.
So I'm at 191.
Terrific. Make sure, just because I want to get right into the action, next session,
2d6 plus...
double check your inventory and make sure that it's accurate, that you have all the items that you should, and that you don't have any items that you shouldn't have, like if you sold it or whatever. Check your belt, because I don't want to go over like, oh, I forgot to put something on my belt or
Well, that's
whatever.
just we're dumb, and that's that.
Hey, you know, I would just rather that
Excited.
not be an issue, because I always feel kind of bad, like, ooh, well, sorry, you know. And then also check your inventory, like obviously, like make sure that you have your new and fucking amazing amulet equipped.
Did we give the
That's
sheet?
50 gold I spent.
Did we give the sheet of times and notes to Rys?
Yes.
Yeah, all of the evidence was given to Rys, with the exception of the lyrium that you refused to mention and held on to, and the amulet.
Did I give up my rope?
I'm gonna say like the stuff that you looted off of the guys, like the goods, like the rope and like the dirks and the cape and stuff. You guys kept all that. There's no reason to turn that over. It's not bearing any evidence, really. The only evidence that she wanted, that she was interested in, was the arrows and the documents, and then of course the goods.
Cool. Yeah, I wasn't gonna keep that.
Yeah. Oh, and did you ever equip the dirk? Because you were saying that you had dual wield. Okay, cool. So you have a dirk.
I have my dirk and my
And your
dagger.
dagger. Okay, cool.
The bag of holding, would that be an item on my belt, or does that take the place of my inventory bag, or how would you see
The
that
bag of
working?
holding would take your place of your inventory bag.
Okay.
So
So
it
if
would
I
not.
were...
It would not be substituted for one of your belt slots.
Okay.
It's like a bag of holding is actually a very large stack.
Is a dirk a main hand weapon?
The dirk is a main hand weapon. Yes, it's a 1d6 main hand weapon. It's similar to like a short sword, which is also a main hand 1d6 weapon, but it's stylized specifically for assassins.
There's more.
It is like a short sword might have like a slight curve to the blade, like a gladius, or like Sting from Lord of the Rings, but the dirk is just a very like
Sting?
straight edge
Maybe.
weapon, and it's mostly for piercing.
You know how
In
cool
fact,
it would be to have actual sting in a game? Oh my god. Oh, there's things coming.
yeah, and it like
Ooh.
glued a different color.
So
Glued.
fucking
It would
cool.
glow
I
in
want to do
different.
the Lord of the Rings
that's-
game,
that's it.
Trevor. If you're listening.
Okay.
I'm good now.
Alright, I think we can go ahead and close out. I'm going to cancel that, get that, and, 2.5 hours, or a little over.
Oh, next Tuesday I have a dental appointment, but I should be right on time, if not like 15 minutes late like I was today.
Oh, you have a really late dental appointment?
Yes, they schedule things
It's
at either
so
5 or
weird.
6 sometimes. It's really nice.
Alright.
That's part of the reason why.
Oh, because it works for your work schedule.
Yes,
Got
it does. Like, I'll take a little bit of work off if I have to, but like, I don't want. Like, if I don't
Alright.
have to.
Say bye-bye, everybody.
Fucking great.
Bye.
Bye.